For human beings, connection is a survival mechanism. But over time, that need was commodified and turned into an addiction. We probably could have lived happily with a handful of real friends. But then we were told that our self-worth is directly proportional to how many strangers are looking at any given moment. Suddenly, we develop a visceral craving for likes, comments, and views. We trap ourselves in a grotesque game where we live moments not to experience them but to harvest them for digital validation. Over time, we begin to associate our emotional stability with pixels on a screen. The devices that were built to serve us have successfully enslaved us. It's a brilliant hook. The Matrix, a grand illusion where our attention spans are being systematically butchered. But even knowing this, you can't easily unplug. If you want out, you have to sacrifice your relevance, your networks, your modern social life. And you won't because you aren't just living in the Matrix. You are a processing unit inside it. So we do what any pragmatic person does. If you can't fight them, join them. If you look at human history, our brains evolved in small tribes. Rejection by the tribe meant literal death in the wild. Tech companies didn't invent a new craving. They just weaponized an ancient fear. In psychology, they call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the exact mechanism that keeps a gambling addict glued to a slot machine. You scroll because you don't know if the next pull will give you a cheap laugh, a beautiful face, or a tragedy. That's a bit too academic, isn't it? Let's save the clinical definitions for the end of the video. The internet, which began as an egalitarian tool to democratize information, has mutated into an existential quicksand. Today, the majority cannot focus on a single thought for more than 50 seconds. Why? Because we have completely forgotten what a resting mind feels like. Why do we accept this? Because of the illusionary truth effect. If you repeat a lie often enough, and if the majority accepts it, it becomes the functioning truth. We see our digital role models, our influencers, preaching about mental health and mindfulness in one video and promoting addictive betting apps or toxic lifestyle standards in the next. Morally, it's bankrupt. Legally, it's perfectly clean, and that's the loophole. You might wonder, do these people possess no integrity? Trust me, everyone has integrity. Until they hear the right number, everyone has a price. Unfortunately, I'm no saint either. See, I'm not a bad man, I'm just a pragmatic one. The only difference between me and them is that I'm explicitly telling you how the machinery operates. In this digital landscape, attention is the ultimate currency. And attention is power. And the greatest illusion about power is the assumption that it is inherently benevolent. If you have enough attention, you can distort reality, manufacture outrage, and control how millions think. In the philosophy of melancholy, there is a devastating realization. The crowd protects you from loneliness, but it also ensures you never find out who you actually are. You've probably heard that viral internet quote, "Good times create weak men create bad times." On paper, it sounds poetic, but the modern digital good times haven't made us physically weak. They've made us psychologically fragile. This hyper-connected world has left us utterly isolated. I'm not telling you to delete your accounts and go live in the mountains. That's a luxury most cannot afford. I'm telling you to understand the rules of the house. Build your own thinking. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because your sanity certainly does. You cannot fight an algorithm with pure morality. Be vigilant, or the Matrix will consume you and leave nothing but an empty shell behind.